The story of Saint Valentine is shrouded in mystery. His life and deeds have been the subject of much speculation and legend over the centuries. We know very little about his early life. The details of his birth and upbringing remain largely unknown, lost to the sands of time. What we do know is pieced together from various accounts. These fragments of history have been gathered from ancient texts, letters, and oral traditions passed down through generations. Some historians believe there may have been two different Valentines. These men, both named Valentine, were said to have lived during the same period and shared similar fates. Both lived during the Roman Empire in the 3rd century AD. This was a time of great turmoil and change within the empire. Both were also executed on February 14th. Their martyrdom on this date has forever linked them to the celebration of love and sacrifice. Despite the uncertainty, the legend of Saint Valentine has endured. His story has been told and retold, growing richer with each telling. His story continues to inspire people around the world. Every year on February 14th, people celebrate love and affection in his name. The most popular version of the story places Valentine in Rome. This bustling city was the heart of the empire, filled with grandeur and intrigue. At this time, Rome was a vast and powerful empire. Its influence stretched across continents and its culture was rich and diverse. The Emperor Claudius II Gothicus ruled with an iron fist. His reign was marked by strict policies and relentless military campaigns. He was a ruthless leader who waged many wars. His ambition to expand the empire knew no bounds, and he demanded absolute loyalty from his subjects. Claudius believed that unmarried men made better soldiers. He thought that without the distraction of families, they would be more focused and dedicated to the cause. He thought married men were too attached to their families. This attachment, he believed, made them less effective in battle. Therefore, he outlawed marriage for young men. This decree was meant to ensure a steady supply of soldiers for his armies. This was a highly unpopular decree. Many young couples were heartbroken, and the people of Rome were outraged by this interference in their personal lives. It directly challenged the teachings of the Christian Church. The Church valued the sanctity of marriage and saw this decree as an affront to their beliefs and traditions. Claudius II. Gothicus was a study in contrasts. He was a man of great ambition and even greater contradictions. He was a skilled military leader who expanded the Roman Empire through numerous successful campaigns. His strategic mind and battlefield prowess were unmatched. Yet he was also a ruthless tyrant who oppressed his people with an iron fist. His rule was characterized by harsh decrees and an unforgiving approach to governance. His reign was marked by constant warfare as he sought to secure and expand the empire's borders. The battlefield was his domain, and he thrived in the chaos of war. Claudius needed a strong, loyal army to maintain his grip on power. He believed that the strength of his empire lay in the might of his soldiers. He believed that married men made poor soldiers, distracted by their familial obligations and emotional ties. He reasoned that they were too attached to their families and homes, which made them less effective on the battlefield. Single men, in his view, were more willing to fight and die for the empire. They had fewer distractions and were more focused on their duties as soldiers. Claudius's solution was as simple as it was cruel. He believed that by eliminating the distraction of marriage, he could create a more dedicated and efficient army. He banned all marriages and engagements for young men, a decree that sent shockwaves through Roman society. This decree was met with outrage from the populace. The people of Rome valued their traditions and the institution of marriage. Marriage and family were highly valued in Roman society, seen as the foundation of social stability and personal happiness. The ban was also seen as an attack on the Christian Church, which held marriage in high regard. Christians believed in the sanctity of marriage, viewing it as a sacred union ordained by God. They saw it as a sacred union ordained by God, a fundamental aspect of their faith and community life. Claudius's law directly challenged this fundamental belief, creating a rift between the emperor and the Christian community. His decree not only disrupted social norms but also ignited a conflict with the growing Christian faith. Valentine was a Christian priest living in Rome during the 3rd century. He was a man of deep faith and unwavering conviction. He was known far and wide for his piety and compassion, always ready to help those in need, regardless of their status or background. Valentine was appalled by Emperor Claudius's decree, which forbade soldiers from marrying, believing that single men made better warriors. He believed that love and marriage were sacred gifts from God, meant to be cherished and celebrated. Valentine refused to let the emperor dictate matters of the heart, standing firm in his belief that love should not be constrained by earthly laws. Despite the risk, he continued to perform marriages in secret, uniting couples in holy matrimony under the cover of night. He defied the emperor's law out of love for his faith and for the young couples who sought his blessing. Valentine's secret ceremonies were held in hidden locations throughout Rome, often in the homes of those he trusted. Couples came to him in secret, seeking the blessing of marriage, willing to risk everything for the chance to be united. Valentine risked his life to unite these couples in holy matrimony, knowing that discovery would mean certain death. He saw it as his duty to uphold God's law, even in the face of danger and persecution. His defiance of the emperor's decree made him a symbol of resistance and hope for many, a beacon of light in dark times. He became known as the protector of lovers, a revered figure in Roman history whose legacy of love and defiance continues to inspire. Valentine's clandestine activities did not remain secret for long. Word of his defiance eventually reached Claudius. The emperor was furious. He ordered Valentine's immediate arrest. Valentine was brought before Claudius. He was given a choice: renounce his faith and support the emperor's decree or face the consequences. Valentine stood by his convictions. He refused to deny his faith or his belief in the sanctity of marriage. Claudius, enraged by Valentine's defiance, condemned him to death. Valentine was imprisoned and sentenced to be beaten with clubs and then beheaded. Even in prison, Valentine's spirit remained unbroken. He continued to share his faith with anyone who would listen. He spoke of love, compassion, and the importance of following one's conscience. His courage and conviction inspired those around him, even in his final days. While in prison, Valentine performed a miracle. The jailer, a man named Asterius, had a blind daughter. He begged Valentine to heal her. Valentine, filled with compassion, agreed. He placed his hands on the girl's eyes and prayed. Miraculously, her sight was restored. This act of healing only strengthened Valentine's reputation as a holy man. It also led to the conversion of Asterius and his entire family to Christianity. On February 14th, Valentine was taken from his cell and executed. He went to his death with courage and grace. He forgave his executioners and prayed for his followers. Even in death, Valentine remained a symbol of love, faith, and defiance. His story continued to be told and retold, inspiring generations of Christians. He became known as Saint Valentine, a martyr for love and for his faith. For centuries, Saint Valentine was venerated in the Catholic Church. He was associated with love and marriage, but not in the romantic sense we know today. It was not until the Middle Ages that Valentine's Day became associated with romantic love. This shift can be attributed in part to Geoffrey Chaucer, the renowned English poet. In his poem Parlement of Foules, Chaucer links Valentine's Day with the beginning of spring and the mating season of birds. He writes, "For this was on Saint Valentinus' day, when every fowl cometh there to chase his make." This association of Valentine's Day with courtship and romance captured the imagination of the public. It laid the foundation for the holiday we celebrate today. Saint Valentine's legacy extends far beyond a single day of romantic gestures. He is the patron saint of love, marriage, young people, and those seeking a happy marriage. He is also the patron saint of beekeepers, epileptics, and those suffering from the plague. People around the world pray to Saint Valentine for intercession in matters of the heart, for healing, and for protection. Valentine's story reminds us that love knows no bounds. He risked his life to unite couples in marriage, defying an unjust law. His actions were a testament to the power of love to overcome even the most formidable obstacles. Valentine's martyrdom also serves as a reminder of the importance of standing up for what one believes in, even in the face of adversity. Saint Valentine's story continues to resonate with people today. His message of love, compassion, and courage transcends time and culture. In a world often driven by self-interest and division, Valentine's example of selfless sacrifice is a beacon of hope. He reminds us that love is a powerful force for good. Valentine's Day, while commercialized, still carries a powerful message. It is a day to celebrate love in all its forms: romantic love, familial love, and love for friends and community. It is a day to express gratitude for the love in our lives and to perform acts of kindness for others. In a world that often feels dark, Saint Valentine's story reminds us that love is a light that can never be extinguished.